Quite similar to Native American belief, Taoists consider the entire cosmos to be a sacred space. Mountains are places of concentrated spiritual energy, and other natural sites may be considered to be sacred. In time, special places called temples were constructed for purposes of ritual, prayer, and meditation. In Buddhism, everything has Buddha nature, so every place is a sacred place. It is not necessary to be in a temple to worship, but Buddhists do visit temples and shrines to pray. In the earliest times of Christianity, all of nature was considered to be a sacred space, and believers commonly worshiped in the open, under the canopy of heaven. Soon, they began meeting in homes or large rooms. It was a much later development that special buildings of specific design were erected for that purpose. Gautama and Yeshua share the idea that the temple is the group of believers united by a great spirit and by a common understanding of the sacred teachings. Common to all spiritual disciplines is the concept of creating a sacred space for the purpose of worship through the activation of spiritual forces, usually through rituals. These rituals constitute the opening of the altar, energizing the space, like turning on an appliance. Part of the spiritual technology of this procedure is evoking and inviting a sacred presence by establishing a clear distinction between the mundane outside world and the time about to be spent in community with the divine. The time spent ritually opening the altar is a kind of buffer zone between our usual cares and the clear space of our higher minds and deeper hearts. When a symphony conductor taps his baton on his stand and the musicians stop tuning their instruments and chatting and come to ready attention, and the audience becomes silent, the conductor has performed a kind of opening ritual. Opening the altar of the heart means freeing it from the mind. With an open heart, we face life without the mental expectation and presupposition. This results in being free from fear and worry. We take things as they come and deal with them in real time, in the moment, and in the character of our true self. This process is the great work, and it can only begin with an intentional act of surrender on our part. Paul asked, "Do you not know that you yourselves are divine temples?" Discipline, such as fasting or meditation, calls our temple to attention. Opening the altar of the heart is to invite a sacred presence that will illuminate our path, so we can better follow the way.